Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. You know what it is. I just wanted to let you guys know the short reminder is that there will be no stream today since Twitch is currently not working for me at the moment. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Well, just roll the video. Now, I was gonna do, like, Itadori was teleported into Demon Slayer, but, like, Itadori's will stomp everybody in Demon Slayer. Especially the manga state he's in currently right now, which I'm not gonna spoil the manga in case you haven't seen it, but hold up, I also want you guys to comment in the comment section, did Jujutsu Kaisen 0 come out? Because I am trying to see that in the movie theater, so tell me if it's out, and if not, then I'll just look it up at my own time. Just tell me if it's out or not. Because Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite anime out right now. Like, I'm not even capping. But let's just get into the what if. Itadori was a normal boy that lived in a small village. He didn't do nothing much. He was just a normal kid that played with his friends and stuff. Eventually, Muzan attacked, killed everyone there, and basically turned Itadori into a demon. But Itadori was a weird case because Itadori had a demon side, but he also had a human side. He's kind of like Nezuko, but he can control his demon half. But once he brings out his demon half, he can't control it until he's knocked out. Eventually, Itadori would wander around the lands, knowing that his demon powers is really bad. Especially when it hits nighttime, he can barely control himself. So at nighttime, he turns into a demon just so he can satisfy his demon half so it don't come out during day or in a non-bright location. His demon half kills hundreds of humans, making him stronger and stronger and stronger, becoming at least a powerful. Now let's talk about Tanjiro's story. Tanjiro's story is still going pretty much the same exact same. Around this time, this is around the time where Goku dies and they're heading back. Tanjiro hears sightings of a demon that has killed over 200 humans, and he knows that he has a weird hideout, shack, hole thing that he could go find. Him, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke all check it out, since they notice this might be a really powerful demon for one of them to go alone. It's a really dark cave, and they hear the sound of, like, two things clashing together. They peep down the hole and see a boy around a few years older than them, building like a cage or something. Tanjiro thinks it's like another case for Nezuko or something, but he's trying to protect his sibling. He jumps down. They all jump down and they ask him what he's doing. He looks back and tells them that they shouldn't have came here and that this was a bad idea. His name is Itadori, and he has a demon half inside of him, and he can't control it. Nezuko gets out of the box, and he instantly knows this is a demon. He tells them that they know they have a demon with them, and Tanjiro says yes, his sister was turned into a demon by the Demon King, Muzan. Itadori is shocked, and he wonders if they're actually good demons out there. Tanjiro says he's looking for a way to bring his sister back into a human and cure her from her demon half. He wants to know if he can do that as well, but before he can, he falls on the ground. Everybody wonders what happened, and they realize he has weird markings on his bodies. He has claws now. His nails are really sharp. His teeth are sharp, and he has 2 extra eyes at the bottom of his other eyes. He gets up and smiles. He rushes towards Inosuke, sending Inosuke flying into a whole bunch of rocks. After that happens, he parries off the wall and rushes towards Zenitsu, but Tanjiro stops him with the sword, and he tells him he needs to stop this. He needs to control the demon half in him. The demon half is like, who are you talking to? I don't know you. He rips the sword off away from Tanjiro and kicks Tanjiro out the way. He runs towards Zenitsu and kicks Zenitsu. Then he looks over and sees Nezuko. He smiles and he decides maybe if he kills her, he can get even more powerful. He runs towards Nezuko, and Nezuko's getting angry and angrier, and eventually kicks his head straight off, sending it flying into a pile of rocks. Everybody is stunned, and everybody looks over and sees if he's dead, but he gets straight back up and reattaches his head. Everybody is wondering how powerful is he. They know he ate hundreds of demons, so is he as powerful as an upper moon, or even a lower moon? How truly powerful is he? Everybody is shocked and everybody falls onto their knees besides Nezuko. Nezuko begins to grow taller and gets angry and angrier. She grows a horn and she turns into her new form that's in the anime. She rushes towards the demon, and they are clashing for a little bit. He smiles and says, "My name is Sukuna." They wonder if Tanjiro wonders if they have two personalities, but Tanjiro knows that he has to stop Sukuna. He powers up his new breathing style. He runs up towards Sukuna with his sword burning into flames. Sun breathing, first form. Before he can finish his sentence, Sukuna already kicked him onto the roof, straight out of the hole. Tanjiro tries to jump back down, but before he can jump back down, Sukuna rushes up the hole, slamming Tanjiro straight back out. Sukuna starts to run out the thing, but he realizes that the sun is down and he's trapped. He smiles, but at the same time he's afraid. He knows if he doesn't turn back to Itadori, he will burn alive and die. But at the same time, he wants to get even more powerful, so he can kill Muzan and become the new demon, the new head of the demons. He decides to let Itadori live for now, and he turns back into Itadori, which Itadori falls into the ground. Itadori is confused with what just happened, and everybody knows that if Itadori's power is out of control, he needs to be stopped. Eventually, Itadori joins the Demon Slayer Corps, but everybody knows how powerful he is, so he doesn't have to go through all that training and stuff since he's killed many demons before. They give him a sword, and they want to teach him a breathing style, but they know Itadori is not really interested into that, and he actually is making his own breathing style a little bit. When they were fighting him, they noticed that the demon was actually really calm and collected. Eventually training with Itadori would actually become good friends with Nezuko since they share a good bond. But he does tell them that if his demon half gets too out of control, that they should kill him at any means necessary. Eventually, while training with Inosuke, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu, he unlocks a breathing style called Demon Breathing. It enhances all his physical capabilities, and it gives him a short power of a demon, but it does come with drawbacks. He can't use it during sunlight, or it will risk hurting his own body since it is demon breathing. And it also rips his body apart using this, so he can only use it kind of like sun breathing, but he can only use it in short bursts. Eventually, they do have to go to the entertainment district with I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. Jesus, he's my favorite Demon Slayer character, and I can't remember his name. It's so tragic. Eventually, they do, and he hangs out with whatever his name is. I'm just gonna call him whatever his name is. Well, I'm just gonna call him the Hashira since I can't remember his name. He hangs with the Hashira since he is a little bit older and he can't really be, and he's the second strongest there. Eventually, they get to the part where Tanjiro is fighting the Upper Moon. Instead of Tanjiro and Nezuko being there by themselves, Itadori is there with them, drawing his sword. They start fighting against the Upper Moon, and they're actually doing a pretty good job. Itadori grabs a sword and says demon breathing. Fourth form. Black flash. And disappears. Before she can even notice him, he is already behind her. She tries to jump back, but before she can, his demon breathing starts to kick in, getting his blood starting to boil. He slices off her legs and tries to go for her head next, but before he can, he gets slapped away. He tries to get back up, but before he can get back up, she regrows her legs and starts jumping on his back, crushing his spine, sending him screaming. Tanjiro jumps up using sun breathing, and he cuts off her arms and legs, and she's surprised. She has a flashback of the first Demon Slayer, having Muzan's memories. She tries to run away. Before she can, Itadori uses demon breathing first form and zooms, slicing off her leg once again. Around the time Itadori gets slapped away, getting knocked out completely. Everything happens similar to canon after that. Once the true Upper Moon shows up, aka Daki's brother, that's when Itadori finally wakes up. But this isn't Itadori. This is Sukuna. Sukuna gets up off the ground and sees Daki getting her head put back on. He licks his lip and says, "This is what an Upper Moon looks like." He runs towards Daki and her brother, kicking Daki's head straight back off and grabbing her head and running away. Daki's brother is enraged and runs towards Daki. Before he can do anything, Tanjiro and the other Demon Slayers are already in front of him, fighting him. He tries to eat Daki's head, but before he can, he feels a sharp pain through his stomach. He looks down and sees a sickle inside of his stomach, and he coughs up blood. He looks back and sees Daki's brother shoving a sickle inside of him. He throws Daki's head somewhere, and Daki's brother grabs her head and disappears. Tanjiro already knows what he has to do and activates sun breathing and rushes towards Daki and her brother. Eventually, Sukuna starts to squeeze his head and feels Itadori fighting back, and Itadori regains consciousness. Itadori grabs his sword and runs towards Tanjiro and the others. Zenitsu Inosuke will be fighting Daki, while Itadori, Hashira, and Tanjiro will be fighting the Upper Moon, the true Upper Moon. He will use demon breathing fourth form, Black Flash, once again to try to cut off his head. But as he's about to cut off his head, he realizes something. He cut off Daki's head. That didn't do anything. If he cuts off his head, would that do anything? He tries to cut off his head, but before he can, he gets slapped away by one of Daki's ribbon things, whatever they're called. As they keep fighting, and once Zenitsu cuts off Daki's head, and it doesn't affect them. He's wondering what's going on. If they can't cut off his head, we have to wait till midnight. This can't be possible. If I know upper rank demons can survive with their heads cut off, but she's not as powerful as her brother. They have to be connected somehow. As they're fighting, eventually one of Tengen's wife come up and hit basically them with the kunai, weakening him. They're fighting, and then eventually he realizes that maybe their heads have to be cut off at the same time, and screams this at the top of his lungs, making sure everybody can hear this. Daki and her brother look at each other in fear. They all run to their opponents, and he yells, "Demon breathing. Second form. Repetitive slashes." he just keeps nonstop slashing at him, and he can't do nothing about it because Tanjiro's has him with the support with the sun breathing, and Tengen has his support with the sound breathing. Everybody is being beat up, and they can't do any. The Upper Moon can't do anything about it. Tanjiro cuts off his head at the same time Zenitsu cuts off her head, and their heads fall right next to each other. Everything happens similar to canon, and that will be all, guys. Yes, yeah. There's only one part until season 3 or season 4 even comes out. Yeah, there will be no other parts, but by the time y'all guys are getting this video, What If Naruto Had a Stand would probably be out already. Well, What If Naruto Had the World would probably be out already. The next part to that will be out already. Part 3, I think. So, yeah. Hopefully this What If will be out around the time of season 3. If not, I might drop it a little bit earlier. So, I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Peace out.